I always looked at it like when I heard an Ice Cube record, it wasn't necessarily you pulling the trigger or you doing these things. It was like speaking on behalf of a generation of kids that would pull the trigger.
Of course. You know, when you get in a position like this, you feel like, man, you know, I gotta speak for people who can't speak for themselves. I gotta, you know, if I was just concerned with me, I wouldn't even do these kind of records.
Yeah.
I would just do records that got me paid and just not even worried about nobody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But I do these records because I think it's important things being said, at least on my records, and you know, them records gonna last longer than me. And you know, and if I leave something behind, I want to leave something that's real and not just, you know, bullshit party club CD. You know.
There's no weight to that.
No,
you look at the stuff that you've done, it's so heavy as far as like, I go back to listen to these records 15 years later, and they're relevant today.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
Man, how do you feel about the Ice-T Soulja Boy situation?
Well, I mean, Ice-T, my homie.
Definitely.
I've been knowing him for years. You know, he's been a inspiration to me in a lot of ways.
Right.
And, you know, that being said, you know, I don't think he was right, you know, by saying that Soulja Boy single-handedly destroyed hip-hop, because that's not true. You know, a lot of forces is at play when it comes to the watering down of hip-hop, and it's not just Soulja Boy. You know, as a youngster, he got to do the music he feel that comes from his heart, you know.
Yeah,
he got to do the music that inspires him. You know, everybody can't be a gangster rapper. Everybody can't have a political edge. So, you know, I like Soulja Boy music. You know, it's music for youngsters, you know what I'm saying? But it's coming from his heart. I would hate for him to be fake.
Yeah.
And, you know, because any of us rappers who've been in the game have anything to say. You know, we should all be happy that we had our time in the game and let the youngsters have their time.
They say this kid makes records for kids, and he makes records for younger people. So us as being grown adults, who are we to really dictate and say, oh, he should be making music like this? I don't know what a 16, 15-year-old kid wants sometimes. It's crazy. I'm, you know, in my late 20s, it's like you look at these kids and you're like, he got to represent for them.
Of
but
course.
At the same time, Nas wrote Illmatic when he was 18.
Yeah.
You were writing NWA records at 18, 19 years old. So it's not saying like that's not really an excuse. It's really he's representing him and his friends and his people.
And you can't knock nobody for that. Everybody didn't have the experiences that we had, you know. So you can't knock nobody for no kind of hip hop they doing. From pop hip hop to hardcore hip hop, that's not the problem.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is from the artist to the consumer, who has their hand in there?
Yeah.
Who is the one tampering with that relationship?
Yeah.
The artist-consumer relationship. It's a lot of A&R people. It's a lot of radio promotion people. It's a lot of corporate entities at play that really that waters down the music, and that's the problem.
I'm not trying to get involved with this DJ Vlad, Rick Ross thing, but like, let's talk about the situation with Ross, who is a fan of the show, a friend of the show, comes through, very, very talented guy. People taking shots at these guys' credibility. Now that we have the internet and things are exposed, if we go back to NWA and look at some of the things opening up as far as like credibility for certain artists, how do you feel about this Ross situation? Because I'm a big Ross fan. A lot of people are taking shots talking about he was a CO and this, that, and the third. Like, we got love for this dude. Is it fair to take shots at these guys?
Nah, you know, it's about as fair as, you know, people, you know, taking shots at athletes for what they do off the court, you know, off the field. I mean, when you step into the lines, if you can play, you in there. You step up to the mic and you can rhyme. You know, it's a lot of rappers out there that got a lot of credibility, so to speak, but they got ghostwriters.
Yeah, definitely.
So they ain't rappers to me.
Yeah.
They're lyricists or vocalists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're vocalists. They're not lyricists, they're vocalists.
Yeah.
So, you know, to me it ain't about all that. It's about, can you spit fire on the mic? And if you can, who cares how many times you've been arrested?
Right.
Who cares how many times you've been shot? Who cares how, you know, what hood you come from? You know, if you come from any hood, anywhere, to me, you qualified to speak on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
There's some dudes in the penitentiary who got more murders or whatever than everybody that's rapping, but they can't rap and they can't express that. They can't explain themselves. They can't say nothing. So they might have all the credibility in the world, but that don't make you a great MC.
You a Lil Wayne fan?
Of course, yeah, he's dope.
I feel like he's important for hip hop. A lot of people be like, he's this, he's that. I mean, he's bringing lyricism back.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You know, that's a good thing to always see a great MC float to the top. You know, that can never hurt the game to me.
Yeah.
Never.
So big movies, anything big coming up? Because always enjoy seeing you in the movies. You're talking about the current movie that you have out with the girl playing football. I'm so retarded. What is the name of the movie?
Long Shots.
Would you ever in your life thought making these crazy NWA records, you're going to be making these family films? It's just natural progression? Or?
Yeah, just natural progression. You know, after the success of the Friday movies, it kind of opened the door for Barbershop, which was not an R comedy. It was a PG-13 comedy, which opened the door for Are We There Yet, which was a PG movie. And a lot of people ask, why'd you do it? You know what I mean? Why would you do those kind of movies and you do hardcore hip-hop?
Right.
You know, for one, I want to show America you can't judge a book by its cover. That's one thing. Definitely. And also, I know my fans got kids. And if I want to continue to be loved in their household, I'm going to have to do something to reach out to those kids. You know, I've been doing hip-hop for 20 years and things for my core audience for 20 years. Yeah. So it was just time to start reaching back and trying to make sure that I can continue this career.
That's really dope, because I was thinking, you know, he's making these movies because he got kids. But it's like, no, you're making these movies because your fans have kids.
Yes.
So how ill is it now, growing up to be an Ice Cube fan? I got a 5-year-old son, and I play Are We There Yet? And we can enjoy Cube together, and it's not too much for the kid to handle.
Exactly. You know, I knew a lot of kids was watching Fridays. A lot of kids was watching Barbershops.
Yeah.
And them movies ain't really, you know, geared for kids, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I wanted to give kids something they can watch and, you know, not have to worry about, you know, sneaking or, you know, doing what they do. And it's work, man. You know what I mean? I got fans, man, from 8 to 80 for real.
Yeah, I can dig it. What can we expect from Cube in the next 5 years before we get up out of here, man?
More records, of course. We still dropping. I'm working on Dub record right now, WC record, Revenge of the Barracuda right now. Then I'm going to do my next album. More touring, more movies. Hopefully, I'm growing my company, Q Vision.
Yeah.
You know, in a perfect world, you know, I could turn that thing into a studio and not just a production company, and just continue to grow. Blame me. Blame me.